Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to unpack ideas that can genuinely upgrade your personal operating system, for navigating this often chaotic world.
Yeah, we're always seeking wisdom, aren't we? Those tools, those philosophies that really help us day to day.
Exactly. So as you face life's challenges, what's in your mental toolkit right now?
Well, today we're plunging into one of the most enduring and frankly practical philosophies out there, Stoicism.
Stoicism. Okay.
We'll be drawing insights from the Daily Stoic PDF bookie
Yeah.
and also the Daily Stoic, 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living.
Good sources.
Definitely. And our mission today is really to uncover actionable Stoic wisdom, things for self-mastery, perseverance, and maybe finding a deeper, more resilient kind of joy in your life.
Yeah, because when many of us hear Stoic, we often think, well, emotionless, right? Like a robot.
That's the common image, yeah.
But that's really a big misunderstanding, isn't it? This deep dive, I think, will show Stoicism as much more vibrant, incredibly action-oriented, really, built for tackling real-world challenges head-on.
It's not about retreating, no. And it's quite striking how enduring its appeal is. This philosophy has crossed centuries, cultures, embraced by figures like George Washington, Frederick the Great, Thomas Jefferson.
Wow, historical heavyweights.
Absolutely. And even today, it resonates deeply. Top sports coaches, CEOs, military leaders. General James Mattis, Mad Dog, famously carried Marcus Aurelius's Meditations.
I heard that, yeah.
And Captain James Stockdale. He credited Epictetus with helping him survive years as a POW.
Incredible resilience.
It really is. And Ryan Holiday, the author of the Daily Stoic, he's got this interesting background, advising high-profile clients, marketing at American Apparel.
Right, he makes complex ideas accessible.
Exactly. He's a master at making these ancient concepts feel not just understandable, but urgently relevant now. It just underscores its power as a practical guide for people really doing things in the world.
Okay, so let's unpack this core framework. Our sources break it down into what they call the big three. It's like a mental toolkit, right? With three main functions.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
First, there's perception, how you filter reality, seeing what is versus what you just imagine or fear.
Crucial starting point.
Second, action, guiding you to act with purpose, with integrity, not just reacting impulsively.
Deliberate action.
And finally, Will, this is about finding peace with what's genuinely beyond your control, accepting it.
And these three, they really interconnect. It's a system. The Stoics believe that by controlling our perceptions, consciously, we get mental clarity.
Makes sense.
Then directing our actions properly, justly, makes us more effective. We influence what we actually can influence.
Right.
And aligning our will with reality, accepting what fate brings, that gives us the wisdom, the perspective to handle pretty much anything life throws at us. Master these, and you've got a solid system for resilience, purpose, even joy.
Okay, so let's dig into that first one. Controlling perceptions. Epictetus really hammered home this idea, didn't he? Differentiating between what we can change and what we can't.
Absolutely fundamental. It echoes the serenity prayer that so many people know.
Yeah, accepting what's outside our control, courage to change what we can, like a flight delay because of weather.
Perfect example.
Yelling won't stop the storm, right? But you can control how you react to being stuck.
That's the key distinction. And it leads right into Seneca's point about clarifying intentions. He warned about false conceptions, oasis, he called them.
Oasis.
Yeah, these false ideas, they don't just cause inner turmoil, they lead to chaotic lives. If your efforts aren't aimed at a clear goal, well, how do you know what to focus on, what to ignore?
You're just drifting. Seneca called it an oblivion of directionlessness.
Exactly. So what's the Stoic fix for getting that clarity, especially when emotions are high?
Well, that brings us to self-awareness, the ruling principle. Epictetus taught that real freedom comes from valuing only what's truly ours, our choices, our thoughts.
Our inner citadel.
Right. Recognizing our own judgment, our ability to assent, that's our real power. It protects us from, external pressures and expectations. Your choice goes with you, always. And a huge part of this, especially now, is dealing with distractions. The Stoics were way ahead of their time on this.
They really were.
They urged us to cut the strings that pull your mind. It's not just about meditating, it's about deliberately choosing where your mental energy goes.
Like consciously unfollowing things that just wind you up.
Exactly. Identify those strings, notifications, worries, whatever, and consciously snip them. Reclaim your focus.
And this awareness, it needs practice, right?
Right.
Daily habits.
Definitely. The Stoics were big on daily rituals. Our sources highlight a morning ritual for reflection, setting intentions.
Grounding yourself.
Yeah. And then an evening review, looking back at your actions, tracking progress, checking if you lived up to your values.
That's like continuous calibration, fine-tuning that personal operating system we talked about.
Okay, so perception is step one. But what happens when reality triggers those really intense feelings? That leads us to mastering emotions, shifting from just reacting to, well, reasoned choice.
Right. And anxiety, for instance. The Stoics would say it mostly comes from wanting things outside our control.
Constantly chasing outcomes you can't guarantee.
Yeah, it makes peace of mind impossible. It's a futile pursuit, really.
And this futility, it applies strongly to fear, too. Many fears are more imagination than reality. Only bad dreams, one Stoic called them.
Impressions that upset us but aren't necessarily real threats.
That only bad dreams idea is interesting, though. It suggests a lot of fear is just made up. But what about rational fear, like genuine concern for someone's safety or a calculated business risk? How does Stoicism tell the difference?
That's a really important question. The Stoics would say the difference is in the outcome. Does the fear lead to constructive action or does it paralyze you? Productive caution comes from assessing risks you can influence, leading you to take sensible steps. Bad dreams are those anxieties about what might happen, things totally outside your power. They just eat away at your peace.
Got it. And speaking of corrosive emotions, anger, Seneca famously called it bad fuel.
He really don't like anger.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Does that fiery outburst actually help? Or just make things worse?
Seneca argued it rarely solves anything, usually just escalates things. He'd ask, did that make you feel better? And usually
no, it just adds to the pain.
Right, which is why they advise, don't seek out strife. Choose peace over conflict where you can. Don't let small irritations blow up and complicate your life.
So how much power are we giving these external things?
Exactly. A key practice here is cultivating indifference where others get passionate, about things that ultimately don't matter for your character.
The idea that we don't have to have an opinion on everything that might upset our peace?
Precisely. External events don't have inherent power over your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius said harm comes from our opinions about events, not the events themselves.
That's a big one.
He had that analogy. The soul is like a bowl of water. External impressions are like light hitting it. If the water's disturbed, the light looks like it's moving, but it isn't. Our skills, our virtues, they aren't actually disturbed, just the spirit they exist in. Calm the spirit, calm the water, and everything clears up. Our core abilities remain intact.
That's a powerful image. So how does this play out practically? Say you're in a really frustrating work situation, tight deadline, tension's high, you feel that anger rising. What's the Stoic move?
Okay, so instead of letting it flare up, you pause, take a breath. You step back mentally and analyze, what here can I control, what can't I?
Right, the dichotomy again.
Then you respond calmly, rationally. Focus on solutions, not blame. That control doesn't just ease the tension then, it shows leadership. You navigate stress with poise, keeping your inner balance despite the outer chaos.
That's managing perceptions and emotions in real time. Okay, so once perceptions are clearer, emotions managed. How do we act? This brings us to right action, duty, and finding joy.
Yes, Marcus Aurelius really emphasized fulfilling your duty to be good, regardless of what others are doing.
Just focus on your own part.
Exactly. Waking up each day is a chance to fulfill our duty as humans, like how, a vine produces grapes. It just does its job.
Which connects to the idea that you are the project.
Precisely. Life's primary goal for a Stoic is constant self-improvement, refining your reason, your actions, building your character, action by action, not just chasing external stuff.
And our work is a big part of that project, right? Meaningful work brings fulfillment, clarity.
It does, but it's not just about being busy. It's evaluating efforts based on purpose. Are you working hard or hardly working? Do your efforts align with meaningful goals?
Good question to ask.
This ties right into the Stoic view of true wealth and freedom. They taught that money doesn't guarantee happiness. Not at all.
We know that instinctively, but it's hard to remember sometimes.
True wealth, true freedom, comes from appreciating what you already have. Inner peace, self-respect, that's the only prize. Much more valuable than stuff.
Seneca's line, want nothing, have everything.
It captures it perfectly. Contentment comes from changing your desires, not constantly getting more things.
It's so simple yet so countercultural, isn't it? We're told more is better, but Seneca flips that completely. Freedom isn't accumulation, it's Release.
A powerful reframe indeed. And another vital part of right action is how we treat others. Kindness.
Kindness is always the right response, even when things are tough.
Even then. And empathy. Seeing things as the person at fault does. Trying to understand why someone acted wrongly. It fosters compassion, not anger.
Marcus Aurelius advised giving people the benefit of the doubt, assuming ignorance over malice.
It shifts your whole perspective, from judgment to trying to understand.
And what about hardship? Does that fit in here?
Absolutely. The Stoics saw immense value in experience, especially hardship. The source asks, how can you know whether you've never been tested?
Right. Challenges reveal your strength.
They empower you, give you insight, make future challenges seem less daunting. Obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're training opportunities. That's core Stoic thinking.
Turning challenges into growth. And all of this duty, self-work, kindness, resilience, it leads, maybe surprisingly, to joy.
Yes, a profound sense of joy. Not just fleeting happiness, but that deep, enduring state that comes from purpose, meaning living virtuously.
Found in meaningful work, in acts of kindness.
Exactly. It emerges from a life well lived, not from chasing pleasure.
Okay, this leads us into perhaps the most challenging Stoic idea, acceptance and resilience, embracing amor fati.
Love of fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough but liberating. It's not passive resignation, though. It's not wanting everything to go your way.
But wanting things to unfold exactly as they do.
Precisely. Recognizing the universe's intricate dance. General Eisenhower's humility is a good example. Prepare all you want, but ultimately many outcomes are out of your hands. Aligning with reality lets life flow better.
I like that it's an active embrace, not just giving up. And to do that, you need emotional preparedness.
You have to prepare for the storm. See challenges as training, as growth opportunities.
And our sources mention this mental reverse clause. What does that actually mean in practice?
It means always having a backup plan in your mind. If plan A fails, what's plan B for learning from it, or forgiving, or just starting over?
Okay, so it's about adaptability.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You embrace challenges as chances to adjust. No matter the obstacle, you're committed internally to finding value, a lesson, a mended relationship, a fresh perspective. It builds serious inner resilience.
That mental agility sounds incredibly useful. Another technique for perspective is Plato's bird's eye view.
Right, taking that broad view. Seeing life's events from afar makes you realize how relatively small many of them are. Like Edgar Mitchell seeing Earth from space.
Suddenly, daily worries shrink, helps you focus on what truly matters.
That sense of scale can be very calming. Now, while amor fati is central, we should touch on a critical point. Some thinkers, like Martha Nussbaum, worry that blind acceptance could lead to complacency.
Right, just accepting things that maybe should be changed. Where's the balance between acceptance and acting for growth?
That's crucial for listeners, yeah. Avoid just throwing up your hands. The Stoic response would be that amor fati is for accepting the uncontrollable, not the avoidable. You still have a duty to act virtuously, to change what you can.
So it's about discernment.
Exactly. Rigorously identify your sphere of control, pour your energy there, and gracefully accept what's truly beyond it. It's active, discerning acceptance.
And speaking of acceptance, they also use mortality as a motivator, don't they?
Yes, Seneca's advice. Pretend today is the end. Not morbidly, but to fight complacency, to live meaningfully now.
Because death lies heavy upon one who, known exceedingly well by all, dies unknown to himself.
Wow, that hits hard. It's not about fearing death, but focusing on your inner life, making each moment count, owning your choices and actions.
It's a powerful call to self-reflection, to living with intention, making sure your inner world is explored.
Definitely.
Well, what an incredible deep dive into Stoicism this has been. We've covered mastering perceptions, directing actions purposefully.
And embracing what we can't change to build that inner peace and resilience.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Stoicism isn't just theory, is it? It's a practical guide. It's all about how you use your reasoned choice right now in your daily life, shaping your character, your experience.
Absolutely. So as you reflect on all this, here's a final thought from Epictetus to chew on. You could enjoy this very moment, all the things you were praying to reach, but taking the long way around if you'd stop depriving yourself of them.
Powerful.
Think about it. What might you be unknowingly putting off, chasing some future desire, when maybe, just maybe, the tools for contentment are right here, right now, already within your grasp?